Top of the morning to y'all. Aye, it is my birthday, but I'm a giving kind of man. So I'd like to dedicate this here particular rant to Corey and Vanessa Johnson. I, well, the story starts out like this. I knew that on my birthday I'd be getting a text from my mother. About 8 o'clock reminded me that at 9 o'clock in the morning she heaved me to her loins and brought me into this world, and so on and so forth, and how I ruined everything on her, but yet I gave her a tax rebate. That's the greatest gift I've given her so far. Well, that and me wee children, blonde-headed and blue-eyed and dimpled and holy terrors. One would love to say that. Which, by the way, I did get pictures from them too, which is probably the best gift that I got all weekend. Thank you to my ex-wife. But anyways, I wasn't expecting the phone call at 11:45 last evening. I was tucked into my bed, snuggled me Hawkeye happiness, and I get this phone call from my brother. It goes about like this. I answer. Evening. And he says to me, "What's up, fucker?" I'm like, oh, Lord. Your brother just got out the pub, didn't he? He doesn't get like this unless he had about a dozen of them. Oh, Lord, where are we going this evening? So, we go on a fancy little trip around what he's been doing, which is wonderful, because he becomes a bouquet of roses that are, we'll say, a cornucopia of colours, because he's just quite colourful and perfumy. It's lovely. It's quite lovely. So he starts telling me about being down at the pub and how I should have been there. Well, unfortunately, this Irish lad has to keep his happy little eyes at home. Otherwise, he's going to be in a whole heap of lot of trouble and go back down to the hokey pokey. And frankly, I'm keeping my butt out, and I ain't sticking nothing back in. There. Ever. 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 So, there's no turn around and whatever else the hokey pokey's about. I ain't doing it. I ain't going back down there. So, he starts telling me stories of how Mr. and Mrs. Corey Johnson there was, well, obviously, Vanessa, you took his name and so on and so forth, so you're included in this, obviously. And he tells me that they think I'm just fucking hilarious. Why? You expect anything fucking less? Jesus Christ. Corey's known me for how many fucking years? Jesus Christ, 1990, that's a few years. Just a few fucking years, lad. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm not funny. But I guess Vanessa asked Andy. She asked him, does he really talk like that? He fucking lost it. He couldn't keep. I couldn't even laugh like him. He was laughing so hard. I had to wait the whole 2 fucking minutes just to get the answer. I'm sitting there going, now, do I really talk like this or don't I? Oh, wait, yes. 2 minutes later, I realized, well, yeah, I do. Of course I do. I'm Irish. This is how I talk. So he's telling all sorts of stories about how they like this and how they like that. Well, Corey mentioned the mug. Well, obviously the mug is from me father, and he's been dead quite a many years. I believe Corey's met him quite a few times. Glorious man. Many good stories will be coming about him. As a matter of fact, I'm even going to do one today. It's one of my favourite stories. It's actually about 2 stories that my Uncle Virgil told me. I'm going to do 3 rants. This is the first one I'll be doing. But in this one, since you all know I've been down to the hokey pokey, this one's about laundry. So, in the prison, I worked in the laundry. That's what I did. I didn't do laundry all the time. I'd help out once in a while, but I did the clothing issue and the sewing and things like that there. And a lot of times when the prisoners, they come in, the new inmates, we issue them clothing, 3 of this, 3 of that, so on and so forth. Well, you get used to the fact that most of the boys who come in, they pretty much want things that are way too big for them. Well, first of all, they think they got wangers hanging to their fucking knees and they be wearing triple X fucking underwear to tuck it around. First of all, boys, it ain't that fucking big. I seen it. It ain't that impressive. Wear the right size underwear. They're called cock catchers for a reason. They don't want to be swinging around and poke out the fucking side of your leg hole. Jesus Christ. Of course, they're tighty whities, but you probably didn't know that until right now. So now you got that image. You're going back through this going, oh, dear Lord. They're wearing 3X fucking tighty whities, and they weigh 115 pounds. Well, probably not quite that bad, but it's bad. So, one morning, I'm on my morning break while I was there in the Hokey Pokey in Newton. And I come back up, and on Dorm 3 is where I lived at with all the dogs and so on and so forth. 71 men, 24 dogs. And there was a nice gentleman who used to do the laundry. His name's, well, we won't care what his name is. We'll just call him Jamie for giggles and grins. And Jamie's a real nice black man. Late 40s, early 50s, and he's queer as the day is long, and he doesn't care who knows. And he's so queer, he's actually turned a little feminine. How he functions, how he moves, how his body shape, things like that there. And he's folding laundry. And I come by, and I said, good morning to you, Jimmy. He goes, oh, hi, sweetie, how are you doing this morning? Ah, oh, very lovely, Jamie. And how are you? I'm just wonderful, just over here folding. Well, that's lovely, it's very lovely. And Jamie, he's feminine, and we all know it, we all get it. It's not hard to pick him out of a crowd. Seriously, it's not. So, there's a young gentleman there who's folding with him. We're not going to call him anything, we're just going to go on with the story. And he pulls out this pair of underwear. Now, these underoos, they're like about a 2X. And they're flipped inside the fucking out. And this gentleman is holding them underwear up, stretched at full arm length away from him, inside out. And the mouse hole on the front is facing out. And he's looking at the back end of them. And the only thing he says is, holy shit. I think to myself, oh, this ought to be good. You shut him up, it ought to be fucking good. So Jamie and I walk around there, and we see this. And there's a shite streak that I swear to you, is no more than 4 inches wide, running from the fucking band all the way down to where the nuts nestle. And this has been washed, mind you. And you're folding them clean. And they're big. Well, they're inside out, so I can't see the tag on them, so I really don't care. He's standing there, he starts to shake a little bit. Well, Jamie, being the way he is, goes, oh, honey, I've seen worse than that. He grabs him some bitch in underwears. He folds them up real quick, puts them in a pile. Now, I pay no more attention to it. So, about an hour later, I'm down at work, and I'm working on the clothing issue side for a little bit, and I go back over the sewing side. And this gentleman comes in, he weighs all of about 115 fucking pounds. And he's got the problem, he thinks he's bigger than what he is. He wears wife beaters that are, 1 and 2X when he needs to be wearing a small. He wears jeans that are 40s when he should be wearing like 26s or 28s. He wears shoes that are too big for him, and he wears underwear that is too big for him. So he brings his pair of underwear down. He wants to get changed in. I didn't bother looking. I didn't really care. I'm on a sewing machine. And he says to my boss down there, the big Joe Mack, and he says to him, yo, hey, I need a pair of underwear. I don't know what the hell happened to these. I didn't wear them. The boss goes, what the hell do you mean you didn't wear them? Jesus fucking Christ, let me see them son bitches. And he tosses them over to Joe. And that's how Joe talks too, by the way. Joe's a great man. Great man. He tosses the underoos over to Joe, and Joe takes a look at me and goes, well, they look fine to me. He goes, well, flip them inside out. So he flips them inside out, and I'd be dipped in shit if it wasn't those shit-streaked underwears. The fucking kid's 115 pounds, and be wearing medium underwear. He's got 2X fucking underoos, have a shit stain running from top to bottom. Now, I ask you one question. How the hell do you get that kind of a blowout in prison? We're talking bond to balls kind of blowout. Jamie gave me this answer. Brace yourselves. Oh, honey, I seen him in the shower late night. Now, you're not allowed to shower at night, especially at late night. And he wasn't alone, but he wanted to get free underwear out of the deal, and they wanted to be 1X. So there's your moment of oh, and he's overly masculine, always got to look like he's gonna beat you up, but really, he's taking one up the fucking Chocolate Hershey Highway. I tell you what, it looked like they're running 2 and 3 wide, passing in the corners and things like that there, because, wow, that dirt road is pretty fucking wide. So, now that I've tainted and twisted your mind with the first one, I'd like to say this. Happy birthday to me. God love you. You know I do.